Hello again and welcome back to Dubai. If you've followed my other recent Dubai films, you'll know I've been staying in the Burj Khalifa building in downtown Dubai. Well, for various reasons, but principally because I have a very early flight to Bahrain from Dubai International on Monday morning, I've now moved 8 miles north to Dubai Healthcare City for the weekend. Don't let the name mislead you. Healthcare City is in fact a free economic zone specialising in medical and biotech companies. It is also an upscale residential district on the banks of the Dubai Creek, 2 miles from Dubai International Airport. This move of venues gives me the opportunity to stay at another one of Dubai's best 5-star hotels, the Sofitel Obelisk Dubai. Opening in late 2020, the hotel cost $1.6 billion to construct, and it's an imposing skyscraper on the Dubai skyline. The building itself is 230 metres high and has 50 serviceable floors, making it the 862nd tallest building in the world. For reference, this is the same height as London's Canary Wharf 1 Canada Square building, or slightly shorter than New York's 30 Rockefeller building. Leased by the French Accor Hotel Group, this is a Sofitel styled hotel with 498 rooms, 97 residences and 68 suites. The hotel is Egyptian styled, not themed. Remember, you're in Dubai, not Las Vegas. We'll start our tour of the hotel 300 metres down 26th Street at the Dubai Healthcare City metro station. This station is literally a 2 to 4 minute walk from the hotel main entrance, and it's a massive bonus of staying at the Obelisk. Certainly it was for me, who was making a 1 hour long train ride out to Expo 2020 every day. I personally am a big fan of the Dubai Metro, and travelling gold class, i.e. first class, is still cheaper than taking an Uber. This is a Green Line station, and to get to downtown Dubai for the entertainment district or the Dubai Mall, or to travel on to Expo, you'll need to change lines at Bur Juman station. Getting to the Obelisk on foot or by car is easy. The main entrance is straight off 26th Street, and unlike the Armani Hotel in downtown, or the Burj Al Arab Hotel, you don't have to go through Fort Knox level security checkpoints to get to the entrance. There is both valet parking and self-parking options available if you're coming by car. You'll notice the metro line passes right next to the hotel, but don't worry, I never heard any train noise during my stay inside the hotel. As you approach and pass through the hotel's main entrance doors, the check-in desks are directly in front of you. You'll also get your first experience of the hotel's lavish Egyptian styling. The lobby area is vast and cavernous, and is 3 stories high. It is styled to visualise the gateway to an Egyptian temple. Now, in my opinion, the Franco-Egyptian styling gets it just about right. Remember, this is a 5-star business hotel and not a Las Vegas casino. The decor here adds to the sense of style and sophistication, which, if done wrong, could have been kitchen tacky. There is ample seating and a very nice in-house coffee shop, which I'll cover later in the film. Unlike some YouTubers, I don't film my check-ins, but there were no issues. I do have one major criticism of the hotel's billing system, but I'll cover that at the end of the film. However, in the meantime, let's enjoy the view of the lobby area from level 1. My bags have already gone ahead of me with the porter, so I think it's time to follow them up and take a look at my hotel room. I'm staying on the 22nd floor, which is about halfway up the building. The hotel has a smart lift system. This requires you to scan your room key card and then enter the floor you want to go to. The system will then allocate you a lift journey and a lift. Do try to remember which one you've been allocated, as I kept forgetting while waiting. And here we are on the 22nd floor. You arrive in a marble and brushed steel lift lobby, and then it's a case of finding your specific room following the signs. It's a big hotel and each floor is huge, so it's a bit of a maze finding your specific room. My room is 2210. The corridors in this hotel are immaculate. The carpet is brand new, of course, very plush, and the walls are uplit textured stone effect. It's also very quiet. You don't hear the lift lobby, and you don't hear room doors opening and closing. Room entry is by a standard smart Rivet key card, placed against a reader, which will then centrally unlock the door. And here's our first look at the room, passing through the entrance hallway into the bedroom stroke lounge space. And this is a nice touch. Housekeeping have left me some cakes and fresh fruit. So for some context and for your information, I'm staying in a luxury club room. There are 5 grades of room in this hotel: deluxe, luxury, family, deluxe club and luxury club. So my room is the top end of the scale for rooms. Then of course there are the suites. The panoramic, the prestige, opera, which is a suite with 2 bedrooms, and of course presidential. There is no difference between a club and a standard room, except with a club room you will have access to the executive lounge, Club Millesime, on the 50th floor. More about that in a minute. The main difference between the luxury room and the deluxe room is that in the luxury room you get an extra 15 square metres, and that equates to the addition of a dedicated lounge area in the bedroom and a bigger bathroom. Now I'll cover room rates at the end of the video, but I personally think it's worth the extra to upgrade to a luxury room. You can see how spacious the room is for yourself, and as a luxury room you have the extra lounge area with a sofa bed, a coffee table and dining table. The carpet is really thick and plush and brand new. At the end of the room is a 10 by 6 foot picture window, and as we're on the 22nd floor, gives an awesome view of nighttime Dubai. You're provided with a 40-inch LCD TV with hotel services and IPTV channels. The bed is a very comfortable but firm king, and on the bedside are lighting and power curtain controls. You also get an espresso machine, which is great, but what isn't great is the lack of consumables. We get about 4 cartridges. Sort that out please, of course. And in the storage in the hallway is all the other hotel accessories. The trouser press, the iron, the hotel safe, etc. In the luxury rooms, the bathrooms are huge, which is a major benefit of this hotel. Now I've stayed in 5-star hotels in London that literally just featured a shower room. This bathroom is styled in sand-coloured ceramic, and it benefits from his and hers sinks and a full-length room mirror. There is a standalone bathtub with a waterfall filler. Now, these tubs look great, but if you're like me and you're over 6 foot tall, then they're not very comfortable. I also find they're awkward to get in and out of. An observation, not necessarily a criticism. Opposite the bog and the bidet, with its obligatory hotel telephone, is a large shower wet room with a stone bench. The shower has a rainfall head set in the ceiling and a handheld unit. This is looking back up towards the his and hers sinks. As you can see, they provide complimentary dresser gowns. I do like those. And what I'll do now is a quick demonstration of the bath and the shower with the water features turned on. Right, now I'm all showered, I think it's about time to head out for the evening. And we'll start this evening off with a visit to Club Milsim on the 51st floor. So we're going to need an elevator ride. Club Milsim is the executive lounge of the hotel, and it's common across all 5-star Sofitels. You can either pay an annual subscription if you are a core group member, or a separate charge to access when you stay. At the Obelisk, the club rooms and all the suites have automatic access to the lounge. You'll need to check in at the lounge reception with your room card on your visit. The reception girl had learned my name by my second visit, which is either exceptional customer service or I'd done something wrong. The dress code for the lounge is smart casual, the smart bit being lost on some of tonight's clientele. During the day, the lounge functions as a business centre and lounge with complimentary tea, coffee and juice. At night, it becomes a cocktail lounge with a cocktail hour between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. with complimentary alcoholic drinks and canapé. The lounge itself closes at 10 p.m. Another benefit of the lounge is that you can choose to have your breakfast here a la carte rather than going down to one of the main restaurants. I didn't, however, it's an option. As we go for a wander around the lounge, I'll point out the best part, which I think is obvious, is that you're on level 51, the highest floor of the Obelisk Hotel. And the lounge has panoramic views across the whole city, which is spectacular at night, and has a very Blade Runner vibe going on. Okay, it's not going to be able to compete with the Burj Khalifa, and if you've seen my film taken from level 154 of the Burj Khalifa, you'll know why. But it's still a great atmosphere to have a beer or two. So enjoy the view from level 51 of the Obelisk Hotel. And these are the canapes I was served during cocktail hour in the lounge in the evening. My choice of beer, obviously. However, after 8 p.m, you'll need to go somewhere else for a beer. And thankfully, you don't need to go far for that, just back down to the lobby level. There are 3 main restaurants in the Obelisk Hotel. Brasserie Boulud, which serves French cuisine, Sofitel Dubai, which serves Asian cuisine, and the 9, which serves British cuisine. And what a pleasure the 9 is. A British-styled restaurant, but think sophisticated British, i.e. London Kensington. Under head chef Michael O'Shea, the restaurant serves British classics, from simple bangers and mash to venison. The beef Wellington is amazing, but you'll need to order 24 hours in advance. The name The 9 is taken from the 9 lives of a mythical Egyptian cat. The restaurant also functions as a sports bar. No reservation needed, just find a seat at the bar, have a beer and catch the game. Being British, I really recommend The 9. The decor, the friendly staff, the clientele, the food, all excellent. I really enjoyed this place. Take a look for yourself. I had planned to go out and explore the other venues in the neighbourhood, particularly the Obelisk's immediate next door neighbour, the pyramid-shaped 5-star Raffles Hotel, which does look worryingly like North Korea's Ryugyong Hotel. But I ended up staying in the 9 to 1 a.m, so that will have to be for another Dubai trip. Good morning to a beautiful Dubai sunrise, which gives me the opportunity to show you the view from my room over the Dubai Creek in daylight. Yeah, sorry, I'm not a morning person, particularly not after a night of Stella Artois. So a shower and breakfast will sort me out before I head off towards the Expo 2020 site at 9 a.m. So I have 2 options for breakfast. As a Club Millesime member, I can go to the business lounge and have an a la carte breakfast, or I can go down to level 2 to Brasserie Boulud and have a buffet breakfast. I took the latter option, as I prefer the wider selection a breakfast buffet affords you. Again, another top mark for the Obelisk, 10 out of 10 for breakfast. I'm used to hotel buffet breakfasts by now, but this was excellent. As well as a buffet, the chefs will cook you a fresh omelette if you want. 8 AM is usually peak breakfast time in big hotels, but this morning wasn't particularly busy at the Obelisk, and the service for coffee etc. was swift. Okay, for my breakfast I had salmon eggs Benedict, beef sausages, hash brown and a cappuccino. I'll confess though, this was my first of 3 trips to the buffet. I've been visiting and staying in Islamic countries now for over 30 years, and every time I get caught out by the lack of bacon for breakfast. I probably don't need to explain to you why this isn't served, but for your information, turkey bacon substitute is disgusting, so let me spare you that experience. Another option for breakfast on the go, if you're in a hurry, is the Bijou Patisserie and Coffee Shop lounge in the lobby. Staffed when I was there by a very sweet girl who makes the most diligent and best cappuccino I've literally ever had. Take a look for yourself. Finally, I want to show you the Obelisk's swimming pool complex. Now, even though I didn't have time to use it myself, and these are just stock photographs, it's still quite impressive and not bad for a business hotel as opposed to a leisure hotel. At first though, I thought the key shape of the swimming pool was a bit contrived and pointless, but actually now I see it's a clever way to separate out the leisure pool and the lane swimming pool. Worth a visit if you're here and you've got some downtime. Well, it's that part of my film where I tell you what all this costs. To quote a famous TV series, not great, but not terrible. But personally, I think the room rates are quite reasonable for a 5-star hotel in an international hub city. On the screen then are the spot rates that you'll find for the hotel. You'll note there are 2 rates, public and a core member. It costs nothing to become a core member, so sign up and pay the member rate. I was already a member, so that wasn't an issue. Ballpark nightly rate then. For a standard deluxe room, it's about 280 GB pounds or $380 a night. The published spot rate for my room, which is a luxury club room, is 380 GBP or $800. But that's not what I paid. 2 nights cost me just over 600 GB pounds or $800 because I booked through a third-party site. My tip from the top is always try Expedia, Booking.com or the other site aggregators before using the hotel site. You'll often find they're a lot cheaper. My final thoughts and recommendations on this hotel. Well, firstly a disclaimer, or rather a denial. I don't get paid by the hotel to give favourable reviews, and I have no affiliate links with their core or the Obelisk. However, a core corporate, if you're listening in, and you want to comp me the presidential suite for a favourable review, get in touch, I'm all ears. Well, unsurprisingly, I thoroughly recommend staying in this hotel. I had a great time here. The building and the service is exemplary. It's a brand new $1.5 billion building, and you notice that from everything from the moment you set foot through the door to the day you check out. Everything feels brand new and the staff are excellent. Value for money? Well, yes, if you're in the market for a 5-star business hotel, I don't think it's that expensive. Downsides. Okay, you're close to the airport, but 35 minutes away from downtown Dubai and the entertainment district. Even further, 45 minutes from Jumeirah Beach and the Palm Jumeirah. What didn't I like? Well, I have one minor criticism of the room, and that's the quality of the tap water. Now, when I first ran my taps, the water was rusty and brackish, and I had to flush the system for about 10 minutes to get clear water. Presumably that's because the room is new and hasn't been used for a while. And I recommend you do the same when you move into your room. However, I reserve my biggest criticism for the payment system. Now, I booked through a third-party website, which is reputable and Accor does business with. And in doing that booking, I gave my credit card for assurance purposes. However, 4 days before I was due to book in, I started getting pestered by text and email to pay my first night's rate onto a random website. Now this just screamed fraud scam to me, so I ignored it. Why would I need to do that? Accor have my credit card details, and if I'm a no-show, you can bill me my first night. However, the texts and emails continued, and then they started to become threatening that if I didn't pay up, then my whole booking would be cancelled. So I ended up spending 15 minutes out of my life phoning up the hotel to find out what on earth was going on, to find out whether it was a scam or not. Surprisingly, it wasn't. It's their policy. Quite why this is necessary, I don't know. But it was a very shoddy business practice, and I was that pissed off with the hotel. I came close to cancelling my booking and staying another 2 nights in the Armani. If you're going to do business with companies like Expedia Booking, then you accept their terms and conditions. Don't start pestering your customers to give you their credit card details outside of that. Enough. I hope this film has been informative and interesting for you. Please feel free to check out my other Dubai films and reviews that I'll put up at the end of the credits. Thanks so much for staying and watching. Latest.